Today, we are diving deep into one of Southeast Asia's most dynamic and, frankly, explosive advertising markets, Vietnam. The landscape there is changing so fast, and by 2026, it's going to be a whole new ballgame. So if you want to know where the money is headed and how to get a piece of the action, you're in the right place. Let's start with the big number, just to set the stage. We're talking about a market that hit $2.8 billion in 2025. Yeah, this isn't some small niche market we're discussing. It's a major league opportunity, but you know what? As big as that number is, it's not even the most exciting part of the story. This is the real story, the growth. We're seeing a staggering 18 to 22% annual growth rate. Just think about that for a second. The global average is kind of hovering around 5 to 7%. This kind of pace is what makes Vietnam a true hotspot in the region. So what's fueling this incredible explosion? Well, the single biggest driver, hands down, is this massive, seismic shift away from traditional media and straight into digital. And let me tell you, this isn't just some slow-moving trend. It's a complete rewiring of the entire advertising ecosystem, and it is happening at lightning speed. And you can see it right here. We've already passed the tipping point. In 2025, digital officially became the dominant force, grabbing over half of all ad spending. And it's not even close to slowing down. Projections show it's on track to command a whopping 60% share by 2026. This is the new reality. So think of the market as having two distinct personalities right now. On one side, you've got traditional TV. Now, it's not dead, not by a long shot. It still holds a solid 35–40% share, and it's absolutely crucial if you want to reach older demographics. But its audience is definitely shrinking. On the other side, you have digital. That's where all the growth, the youth, and frankly the future is. It is the undisputed king for e-commerce and tech. So here's the bottom line. It's a hybrid market. The smartest players aren't just ditching TV, they're recognizing that while it still has its place, digital is, without a doubt, the real engine of growth from here on out.
Okay, so digital is where the action is. We get it. But let's get more specific, right? Where exactly are all these digital dollars flowing? Welcome to the platform battleground.
When you slice up the digital pie, social media is the undisputed champion, taking a massive 45% chunk. That's followed by search, pulling in a respectable 25%, and then this really fast-growing challenger, e-commerce advertising at 20%. Let's dig into each of these. So why does social media dominate so much? Simple. It's the engagement king. Vietnamese users spend an incredible amount of time on these platforms, over 3.5 hours a day. And their engagement rates? They're like 3 to 4 times higher than the global average. It's just the #1 spot to build a brand and actually talk to your customers. Now, inside the world of social, you've got your heavyweights. Facebook is the established giant, with all the mature tools. TikTok is the high-growth disruptor that's just crushing it with Gen Z. Instagram, of course, is the go-to for anything visual. Think beauty, fashion. And then there's Zalo. You cannot ignore Zalo. It's the local super app with over 90 million users. It's like WhatsApp, a payment app, and a social network all rolled into one, making it a non-negotiable for any serious brand. Next up, search. This channel is all about one thing: capturing high-intent customers. I mean, when someone actually types running shoes for sale into a search bar, they are literally raising their hand and saying, "I want to buy something." For any e-commerce or service business, this is an absolutely essential, performance-driven channel. And that brings us to the ultimate conversion engine, advertising directly on e-commerce platforms like Shopee and Lazada. This channel is just exploding, growing at over 40% every single year. And the reason is obvious, right? You're reaching customers at the perfect moment, when they're on the digital shelf, wallet out, ready to buy. All of this is feeding into one of the most important trends right now: social commerce integration. Basically, the wall between seeing an ad and clicking buy is just crumbling. Platforms like TikTok Shop let you see a product in a cool video and purchase it right then and there without ever leaving the app. It's this perfectly seamless journey from discovery to checkout. So who exactly is spending all this money? And what other trends should we be keeping an eye on for the future? Let's take a look at the growth engines that are really powering this whole market. No big surprise here, retail and e-commerce lead the pack. They're pouring about 35% of their budgets into getting new customers. They're followed by the big consumer brands, FMCG, who still use a mix of TV and digital to get that massive reach, especially around big holidays like Tet. And then right behind them, you've got the fast-growing tech and finance sectors, who are laser-focused on performance and generating leads. Looking ahead, there are 4 key trends you absolutely need on your radar. First, TikTok Shop is a total game changer for direct sales. Second, AI on platforms like Shopee is making product discovery way smarter. Third, brands are shifting away from giant influencers to micro-influencers for that authentic, trusted engagement. And finally, the agency world itself is consolidating, with big local players buying up smaller ones to create these new powerhouses.
All right, we've covered the what, the where, and the why. Now for the part you've been waiting for, how you can actually take action. This is your strategic playbook. After all that, we land on the multi-billion-dollar question, right? How do you actually win in this complex, fast-moving market? Well, the answer really boils down to a clear 4-step approach. First things first, define your goal. Are you playing the long game and building brand awareness, or are you hunting for direct sales right now? Step 2, pick the platform that matches that goal. Think social for broad reach, e-commerce for closing the deal. Third, set a realistic budget you can actually stick with to see results. And finally, measure everything. You should be aiming for a return on ad spend, or ROAS, of at least 2.5 to 4 times what you put in, just to be in the game.
And speaking of budgets, here's some ballpark figures to give you an idea. A small to medium business might start somewhere in the $1,000 to $5,000 a month range. Mid-market companies are often playing between $5,000 and $20,000, and enterprise brands are spending well north of that. Think of these as guideposts to help you plan.
So we'll leave you with this thought. The opportunity here is massive and undeniable. You have over 75 million internet users, most of them on their phones, in an economy that is absolutely booming. The shift to digital is only getting faster, and the tools to reach customers are more powerful than ever. The only real question left is your brand ready for it?